Hello and welcome to this video. This is Natasha and today I want to share with you why it is important to recognize and to heal your traumas. You see, we all have experienced traumas in our lives. These are painful experiences which we have consciously or unconsciously undergone, caused by negative overwhelming events in our lives which have had lasting negative impact on our emotional and mental stability. These experiences have formed our characters because based on these experiences we develop often protective mechanisms in order to protect ourselves from the pain. This happens very unconsciously. As we mature, these protective mechanisms, which initially served us to survive, now become an obstacle to our further development. I will explain one example about how this works. For example, if you had parents who were not trustful in their messages as a child, you learn not to trust the authority because parents are an authority for a child, and as a result of this you may feel unsafe in life. So as you mature you may get difficulties to connect with others on a deeper level, because in order to connect with people you need to be able to give trust, while you have learned that the ones you love are not to be trusted. So therefore you can have difficulties to give yourself to others. And as a result of this, you can keep people on a distance very unconsciously. You can reject people or deny people because you don't want to feel the pain of betrayal again in your life. And this is very normal. But if you get stuck in this trauma, then this trauma can become your self-fulfilling prophecy, and then you will experience that what you are most afraid of. Because trauma is the invisible force which shapes our lives. It shapes the way we live, it shapes the way we love, it shapes the way we understand the world and our surrounding. It is the deepest root of our wounds. And it is very important that you do your best to come out of these patterns and to stay on the positive side of life. Because hurt people hurt people. This is spiritual law. This means that you will repeat the pain as long as you don't decide to really heal it and to really forgive the ones who have hurted you. Because if you have been controlled by your parents, you learn to control. If you have been betrayed by your parents, you learn to betray. If you have been dominated by your parents, you learn to dominate. If you have been rejected by your parents, you learn to reject. If you have been denied by your parents, you learn to deny. This is how life works. Therefore, it is important that you become aware of this and that you make a decision to forgive the ones who have caused you this pain, so that you can build up your life on a loving, compassionate and constructive way. So, how much is this worth to you? Try to think about this. Would you love to know more? Then I invite you for a free initial consultation, because as a life coach I help people to break through these patterns and behaviors which are blocking their development and which cost them energy. I have developed a full program in which I help people to make the best of their energy, to create their most beautiful life and enjoy happy relationships. My clients are loving my course because they grow exponentially in their personal power while they create their life according to their own values and norms. This gives them a tremendous sense of freedom and also a deep feeling of joy and fulfillment in their life. So in a free initial consultation, we can discuss together how we can work together. Let's talk. If you have questions, send them to me. I would love to answer them for you. Thank you for watching this video. All the best and bye bye. Bye.